Nasdaq Inc. had positive earnings this morning. Let's talk about that and how Nasdaq is more than just an exchange. What's going on, everyone? I'm MetaMatt, and you might be thinking to yourself, I didn't know that the Nasdaq had earnings. Well, the Nasdaq is an American stock exchange, second to the New York Stock Exchange when it comes to market capitalization of shares traded, with the Shanghai Stock Exchange being the third most. The Nasdaq Stock Exchange is heavily weighted towards stocks in the information technology sector. On the other hand, the Nasdaq Composite is ticker symbol IXIC and is priced in the $11,900 range. Right now, it's up around 1.5%. This is a stock market index that includes almost all the stocks listed on the Nasdaq Stock Exchange. So basically it tracks how the Nasdaq Stock Exchange is doing. The Nasdaq, S&P 500, and Dow Jones are three of the most followed stock market indexes in the United States. The Dow Jones is an index of 30 of the most traded stocks on both the New York Stock Exchange and the Nasdaq Stock Exchange. The S&P 500 is a weighted index of 500 of the largest publicly traded stocks listed on both exchanges. Okay, now you know how the Nasdaq Stock Exchange and the Nasdaq Composite work. Now let's talk about Nasdaq Inc. So Nasdaq Inc. is an American multinational financial services corporation that owns and operates three stock exchanges in the United States: the Philadelphia Stock Exchange, the Boston Stock Exchange, and the Nasdaq Stock Exchange. They also own 7 European stock exchanges, and their headquarters is located in New York City. Their ticker symbol is NDAQ, and they are trading around $168. They have a CEO, vice president. This is an actual company. They deal with banks and make money off of interest and royalties. They also make income from Nasdaq's listing services and their corporate solutions products such as investor relations management tools, corporate governance tools, and regulatory compliance tools. They just had earnings this morning and went up as high as 6%. As you can see, NDAQ runs almost parallel to the Nasdaq Composite. The big difference is that the Nasdaq Composite is an index of companies that are in the Nasdaq Stock Exchange, whereas Nasdaq Inc. is the actual company that owns and operates the Nasdaq Stock Exchange. That's why the Nasdaq Composite is up only 1.5%, whereas Nasdaq Inc. is up around 6%. Nasdaq Inc. had positive earnings because they are an actual company. The Nasdaq Composite does not have earnings, so it did not react the same way as NDAQ. If you plan on playing NDAQ, we could look at $166 level as a nice support to see if we can start a new channel after this push up. If it breaks below that, I would look at $160 as the next big support and hope to play a bounce off of that back to the upside. I see the $173.75 range as the next big resistance it might have trouble breaking. So you could pick some up and hope for it to continue to the upside to 173 with the hard stop no lower than 160. If you are bearish on the market as a whole, you could always buy puts and assume that this push up on positive earnings was just an overreaction and that we will see some big pullback all the way down to the $160 area. Or you can buy equity here for the long term and play the put short term for the pullback if you are bullish long term but bearish short term. I hope this video helped. If you have any questions at all, feel free to ask them in the comments section. You can find me also on my trading discords. I'll leave the links to that in the link tree in the description below. I hope to see you all there, but until then, as always, I hope that you all make some bread.